Hey Swifties and welcome back to my channel. My name is Simone if you're new here, and I make videos all about Taylor Swift because I am a huge Swiftie.
But I knew it, I knew you. I knew it, I knew you.
Taylor is also my musical hero as an aspiring singer-songwriter and artist, so please check out my music channel that I've just started and my art channel as well. More song covers coming soon and some things coming to my art channel soon. There's like nothing on it right now, but I'm planning a lot of things. Anyway, let's get into the Taylor news of the week. Like, there is so much going on, so we have a lot to discuss. So let's get into it. The most breaking news. Taylor has a new haircut. Taylor was spotted after a night out in London at the same place she was spotted 2 years ago on the exact same day, when she was wearing that plaid outfit that we would later know was an Easter egg for Showgirl Colors and also for National Plaid Day, which was the day that Showgirl was released. This time she was wearing a lilac floral dress. Remember how we all thought TS13 was going to be lilac and sunset colored? Well, I'm thinking maybe it's TS13 for the lilac. And with the new haircut, is this a new era? Or was that just for after the wedding? I legit thought this was a pic from the 1989 or the Red era, like the face card. Oh my gosh. Like, we just need Taylor's beauty secrets. Anyway, it's like it's 2014 all over again. So, was Travis right? And are we getting a third 1989? He was like, please, honey, I need you to make another 1989. And she was like, okay, I'll do it for you. But I'm scared because I feel like this hair means business. I think we are in a new era and this one is going to be powerful. And we legit thought we were in a new era for when she released I Knew It, I Knew You, like in our Cowgirl era, because we thought it was the debut TV era, but this is something else. Or is it still the debut TV era? We literally don't know what's going on. But the florals again, it's definitely a pattern now, and obviously we've also noticed that lilac has been everywhere for the past few years, and is only just clicking. But we will get into that. Other news is that we legit almost thought we were getting debutation this week, and we have egg on our faces. There were green TS initials spotted and the Empire State Building lit up with green, but apparently the TS initials were fake. But then what was up with the Empire State Building? I feel like they're usually in on things, so why? And yeah, maybe it's another Swiftie mystery that we'll never solve, because we really thought it was a code for debutation, but apparently it was an AI image, so I don't know, nothing has come of it. So anyway, let's first recap some other Taylor news. I know I don't do that many recap videos on this channel, but that's because I do have a page with daily Taylor news, so do check that out for like real-time updates. But I wanted to talk about this because yeah, so much has been going on this week. Taylor got nominated for 9 VMAs and she just performed at a Grammy Museum Icons event and an Emmy for Your Consideration event. Before we get into the clowning of this episode, let's recap the Grammy Museum and Emmy event, which kind of leads into that as well. If you recall, the Eras Tour documentary and film are nominated for 5 Emmys. So on August 19th, I had such a weird gut feeling that we're getting something Taylor related. And then on the morning of the 20th, I woke up to the news that Taylor had just performed at the Grammy and Emmy events, which we will talk about today. And some lucky voters got to witness the event and interact with Taylor. What a dream. They shared their experiences, and as always, Taylor was a humble queen, and according to the people there, Taylor chatted with them for like over 2 hours. According to one of the members called Larry Dovskin, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, he was at the Grammy Museum event, I think. Taylor mentioned in her speech that enthusiasm can protect you from anything. I am literally busy editing my deep dive into eldest daughter, And this is something she's always stood by, and I love her for it. And it's such a theme of eldest daughter. And he also said she has a yes and mentality on being open to exploring music from another point of view, which is interesting. She shows up to work even when the inspiration isn't around, which is hard to think that Taylor is sometimes not inspired. He also said she was very focused, humble, informal, and sweet, which we know Taylor to be that way. He felt a warmth and an ease coming from her, and he could see why her music resonates so much with her fans, obviously. The Emmy event was held at the home of one of the producers of the Eras Tour documentary, and we also got a pic of that. I also shared a lot on my page about what the other members said, so you can check that out there. But let's go through everything that Larry Dovskin said. My night with Taylor Swift. The Grammy Academy hosted a Taylor Swift talk tonight. The invite just mentioned being hosted by Academy President Harvey Mason Jr., but it was like a wink if you know thing. Taylor came on stage and shared her beautiful stories of how she writes songs and where she gets her endless inspiration from. Then she played a few tunes for the 100 or so people there. It wasn't even sold out, there were empty seats. What do you mean? I honestly am not a Swiftie, he says, though her success is as big as it gets. Thank you for being like a kind non-Swiftie. And for recognizing talent. The biggest Grammy writing female in history, yes. Afterward, there was a reception and I had a sweet and kind of nerdy songwriting chat with her for quite a long time. So I wonder if this guy's like a songwriter. I'm not sure. I don't know who he is. And a lot of people were trying to get in and talk with her, but she has like laser attention. And when it was on me, the world was shut off around me. That really sounds like Taylor, and this is something that a lot of people have described, is that she gives you her full attention, and that's so rare with things we hear about celebrities, and I think that's just really who she is. She likes talking to people. I think he also said the following, I'm not sure if this was another member, but I think this is also part of his experience. Somebody interviewed him about it, I guess, and he said the experience of talking with Taylor in person was, which relates to what we were just talking about, she manages to block out all the noise and distractions around her, giving total and absolute focus to the person she's talking to, something I'd only ever felt before when talking with former President Bill Clinton. Did she mention any song by another artist that served as inspiration for her compositions? She mentioned the ending of Drops of Jupiter by the band Train served as inspiration for her compositions at the beginning of her career, and she also covered that song on the Speak Now tour, which is amazingly beautiful. Do you know which song she sang or performed at this event? He said he wasn't sure about all of them, since he's a rock producer and doesn't know her catalogue that well. It's so hard for me to imagine people not... Oh my gosh, there's the hair, I'm so sorry. Is my lipstick not smudged? Hold on. Okay, we're back. It's so hard for me to imagine people not knowing Taylor's songs and knowing the... What is happening? There's more hair. I'm so sorry. Maybe I need a haircut. What was I saying? About imagining that it's hard... Imagining that people don't know Taylor songs. It's so hard for me to imagine that. But he said that she did something similar to the Eras Tour, mixing several songs into one, like a mashup. So I'm presuming that the songs that she sang, which was like August, Cardigan, Champagne Problems, she did like a mashup of all of that, which is so cool. This member, if it's Larry Dovskin, I'm not sure, also mentioned that Taylor was sweet, humble, fun and down to earth, and acts on intuition, like if her heart tells her to do something, she's going to do it. We know that about our girl, but I love how it was obvious to them after just this interaction. I really hope we get to see this. Another member said, I just left the most magical experience. Taylor Swift performed a super intimate little concert for my group with just a piano, the Eras Tour piano. This member didn't say, but another one did. And I even got to meet her and get a hug. Oh my gosh, would I? Then, regarding the Emmys event, somebody said, I got invited to a very special FYC event this afternoon. They took our phones away when we walked in the door, which was kind of a giveaway to this person because that hadn't happened before. But 50 of us, mostly Emmy voters, got to listen to Taylor Swift talk masterfully about her final tour documentary with the director and sound supervisor. Apparently it was like at his house. No, I think it was confirmed, like Greg Wiseman, it was at his house because we got the photo. Then got treated to a special acoustic medley she put together just for today on her tour piano she had chipped in, and then had a delicious lunch where Taylor Swift spent 2 hours meeting and talking to everyone there. So I wonder if the 2 hours was like at the Grammys and at the Emmys. I think so, because that's what people are saying. Yeah, I just really hope we get to see some of this. At least we got to see the one picture. And apparently the dress that she wore to the Grammys event was like a blue floral dress. So another floral dress, which is insane. Yeah, Taylor returning to the Grammys 10 years later with the same haircut. The Grammy Museum 10 years later with the same haircut. Something is happening, like I've got chills. She performed I Knew It, I Knew You, August, of course it's August, All Too Well, Cardigan and Champagne Problems. I love her song choices always. And also apparently everything was filmed at the Grammy event, so I really hope we get to see it. Taylor is campaigning really hard, and I really hope she wins that Emmy. She's coming for that EGOT, but then we need like a musical. And there are rumors that she will be nominated for Song of the Year and Record of the Year and Album of the Year for The Love of Sugar. I mean, obviously, like, how will she not be nominated? Or maybe even for I Knew It, I Knew You for Song of the Year. So I really hope she wins those as well. And also the dress that she wore to the Emmys was kind of similar to the one which we saw her wearing at her friend's wedding in London. It was also like a black floral golden dress. But I will talk more about that in a moment. But it's definitely the lilac floral dress and her lilac nails with little stars at her friend's wedding in London that really has us all clowning. Also, how have we seen Taylor at 2 weddings, but we haven't seen her at her own wedding after her wedding? At this point, I think we might get the Rip Vault tracks before we get any wedding pics. If we are getting any wedding pics. I've given up. And of course, it's her right to not share them. I haven't even shared my own wedding pics on social media, so I get it. Like, yeah, I think maybe someday, I don't know. Anyway, let's get into the clowning. Ever since Taylor's wedding, we've seen Taylor 2 more times in floral dresses. And obviously we talked about her wearing another floral dress to the Grammy event and to the Emmy event. And she performed with the Eras Tour piano, which also has florals for both. Just all of the florals, at this point I'm convinced TS13 is floral. Or are we getting an Eras Tour surprise song album? Something we've really never gotten out of our minds, because that would also kind of be connected to the floral because of the Eras Tour piano. Also, did you know that the Eras Tour piano flowers are 3D? Like, me and my friend just noticed it this week and we were like, how did we never realize that? Anyway, this has now been Taylor's 6th appearance, I think, with a floral dress this year. It was at the Songwriters Hall of Fame, a wedding, the first wedding that we saw her after her wedding, then now this wedding in London, the lilac floral dress, the Grammys Icon event, and the Emmys event. Yeah, I think that's 6. So, what is coming? Is it TS13? Is it debut? I don't know. At this point, Taylor has kind of missed all of the clown dates we had for the debut announcement. With all the florals and the new haircut, I'm really starting to think we're in a new era. Maybe we won't get the debut 20th anniversary edition like we thought. Or is the florals for debut? And what did the red, green and purple mean? Like with the Spotify canvases and the Speak Now vinyl nails, do you remember that picture? Which are also coincidentally the same colors of the door and the wall and the exit sign she was spotted in front of when she was leaving the members only club in London. No, sorry, it's the door is red, the exit sign is green and her dress is purple. That's insane. Like, how does she plan this? But like, how does it line up? And then what is the red? If debut is green and the lilac is TS13 or the purple, then what is the red? Red full tracks, but then red is still associated with black. So I don't know. My mind is like, it's not connecting. And nobody's been able to figure it out as far as I know. But anyway, so this members club, where she was also seen 2 years ago on the exact same day, wearing the showgirl plaid outfit that we would only later realize was an Easter egg, And Taylor went really big on the plaid for Showgirl, and it ended up being released on National Plaid Day. So I don't think the floral thing can be random. It's also not spring like overseas. By the way, happy spring in South Africa if you're in South Africa. Like, you can see I finally transitioned to a t-shirt because the winter is over. And it's actually so hot, it feels like the middle of summer. I don't know, we don't have seasons anymore. We literally have like cold winter, and then we have like super hot summer. Like, there's no fall, there's no spring. I don't know what's happening. Like, global warming is real. Anyway, so yeah, it's not spring overseas, like in America and London where she was spotted. I think it's coming into fall there. And obviously back when she wore all of the plaid, we were like, obviously this is just for fall. And then it ended up being an Easter egg, but that made sense for fall. But the florals don't make sense for this time of year overseas. So, I don't know, I think it's intentional. Okay, so let's get into all of the lilac and orange. It basically started in the Midnights era with the Bejeweled music video. The 13 elevator button was lilac, which was obviously for Speak Now TV, but could it be a double Easter egg? Because people have long been theorizing that TS13 would be lilac. I don't know why this is. If I missed it, like, please comment if you do know the reason. Maybe it's just because of all the lilac that we have been seeing throughout the past few years, which I will talk about. There was also the orange and purple in the Anti-Hero music video, which, I mean, obviously, like, it doesn't really make sense that it would be for Showgirl, but at the same time, like, couldn't she, this is what I've been saying, couldn't she have had at least the concept and the color for the next album? Like, even though she wrote songs about Travis and she didn't know him in the Midnights era, maybe she was forming this concept already, because obviously if she was releasing Midnights, she was already planning her next album. So I really think the orange was an Easter egg, and maybe the purple is the album after that. Like, there's no reason, like we always say, she can't plan things 3 years in advance, which would now be like, how many years? Yeah, like 4 years, 3 years, 4 years. Anyway, so in the TTPD era, there was the lilac short skirt and the purple nails, which were also featured in the TTPD YouTube short with Travis. And the same skirt was also featured in a behind the scenes Eras Tour rehearsal pic with the orange feathers, which we would later figure out was for Showgirl, but then what was the purple for? And remember, as I said in the beginning, how we all thought TS12 was going to be orange and lilac because of all of this. Well, what if TS12 is the orange and TS13 is the lilac, or purple? Also, so much of the Eras Tour colors are orange into purple. How do we not notice this? And I think people realize that the bag, like the little clutch Taylor was wearing in the sighting in London, was like an Eras Tour purse. And it's like sunset inspired. So maybe TS13 is like the sunset colored album. And also the wedding sign at MSG was purple, which is a kind of weird color if the wedding colors weren't purple. And we've all been saying it, like, why was it purple? Like, would she use her wedding to Easter egg something? I don't know, but if it's going to be about her relationship, then she might as well. So what if Taylor is playing into the purple 13 she also used to draw on her hand during the Speak Now tour? What if she always knew she wanted her 13th album to be purple? This is insane. Or what if it's signaling a fully self-written album, because Speak Now, her purple album, was entirely self-written. There was also the Ferris wheels, kisses and lilacs in The Life of a Showgirl, which we know Taylor likes an Easter egg for the next era in the previous one. And there was also the purple glitter in the Opalite music video that we didn't know what it was for. Like, at this point in my mind, TS13 is called Ferris wheels, kisses and lilacs, which would honestly be so perfect. But like, that would be the longest era name ever. I don't know how that would work. Anyway. And of course, there's also been the double exit signs coming up again with the new London sighting, which also brings to mind Patient for the Encore from the Opalite music video. I mean, could this be something other than the Eras Tour doc and film, which we thought it meant at the time? I don't know, because why would she pose at the exact door again with the exit sign if that had already been fulfilled. And Taylor bringing back the Eras to her piano for 2 occasions, which also, like we talked about, has florals. Is it, like I said, maybe just an Eras Tour surprise song live album? I don't know, but the florals and the purple are just so connected in my mind right now. Obviously, lilac is also a flower, and there's a connection to gardens, and the purple sign at MSG, Madison Square Garden, which is where Taylor just got married, and she has a song about gardens, like so many. So could TS13 be Secret Garden themed as a symbol of her love story? I'm so excited. And if it were lilac or lavender, she could use that emoji instead of a purple heart. And for our nails, we could just do a flower on top of the purple for Speak Now, which girl really thinks of everything then. It's so much fun, all of this, and please don't take it so seriously. Like, this is just for fun. I have no idea if I'm just making things up, but this is what I'm seeing, this is what I'm thinking. It's so much fun to be in this transition between eras. It's so much fun experiencing this in real time. As always, we are in the middle of history being made, and we are so lucky for that. And we have no idea where this is all going, but I do think, yes, it's safe to say we can officially count for TS13. And it's not impossible that we could still get a debut TV announcement soon or release in October. And I wanted to make this video now in case we do get TS13 like now. But where my mind is also going is like, because she was seen at the Members Club in London 1 year before the announcement of Showgirl in the plaid outfit, what if we have to wait another year after this new sighting at the same place for TS13? Which would make sense with the timeline of debut being released first, maybe the Rep Vault tracks after. I don't know, could I wait another year for TS13? I mean, sure, I think we've just gotten used to like Taylor releasing a new album every year, so it would be really weird not to have one this year. But I mean we're still fed, like she's gonna give us something. Well, she doesn't have to give us anything, but I mean, I really also think debut is coming. Like, I don't know, I'm so confused at this point about the hair and the everything and the era we're in. Like, I don't even know what era we're in. But anyway, that's all for now. I'm happy clowning, and maybe we write that TS13 is lilac, because that would be so cute. And honestly, I just bought purple, like lilac colored Swiftie pajamas, fan made, so that would be so cool that I have the new era color already. Anyway guys, that's literally what's been going on in my mind this week, and yeah, I really hope we get to see the Grammy icon event soon. I'm watching my YouTube for that, and yeah, maybe new things will be coming out about the Empire State Building lighting up green. Maybe it is rep coded or debut coded, I don't know. But either way, maybe we are headed to TS13, so I just thought I'd make this quick little video about that, and then I'll see you guys again soon. Bye!